It might be, though. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Smartmark Wrasslin Radio. Who doesn't like a little ska music to get them going? Music provided by Sami Zayn. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm at Derek on TSPN on Twitter. We got at Huds Magruder on Twitter, at DustyCats88 on Twitter below us there. Welcome to the show. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. But we have some stuff programmed for you today. Today we're going to talk about our top 5 most non-PC, so I guess our favorites.
I don't know. I don't think this is a favorite or not favorite. I think this is just a standalone.
Just what we deem as non-PC, non-politically correct wrestlers in, I say WWE or WCW or whatever. You can use whatever you want. Mine, I stuck to WWE because you don't have to go any further. Really.
You can't even really go deeper.
No. I'm sure WCW had some. I just couldn't think any off the top of my head.
Really? All those dudes were Southern.
Yeah. It's still like WWE had the worst ones, I think. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Dusty's got some notes for us, though. He's going to keep us updated. There's been some bunch of title changes since our last show. Maybe some current storylines. What's the next pay-per-view coming up?
Hell in a Cell.
Oh, that's right.
And then AEW is doing Full Gear in November, early November.
First off, I'll jump in here. Hell in a Cell is not my favorite. I don't like Hell in a Cell, and I don't like Elimination Chamber. I do not give a shit about those pay-per-views.
Really?
The big gimmicky. Yeah, like, I think Hell in a Cell used to be really cool, but it's like, after, like, Mankind explodes through a table and almost dies, like, who really cares?
Yeah, you can't really top it, can't. Well,
I think actually, the most famous one,
Cactus Jack versus Triple H at Hell in a Cell is pretty
there's ones here and there. I think Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker had a really good Hell in a Cell match.
They did. Mm-hmm. And there have been some great Hell in a Cell matches, but I don't like them building a pay-per-view around it.
Okay, so
is it still every match on the card is a cell match?
No.
Or is it just one match?
No.
Just one.
I think they do one for the girls and one for the guys.
Yeah.
All right.
And they might do 2 more. I mean, like, not 2 more, but like extra ones. Like, wouldn't surprise me.
I don't like them making the thing. So they did that with Elimination Chamber too, right? Like that was an event, add a thing, and then they made Elimination Chamber like the main event of its own pay-per-view. And then they did that with Money in the Bank. I love Money in the Bank traditionally. Last year's was lame.
Well, Elimination Chamber is Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff came up with that.
Yeah.
Back when he got control of Raw. So that's like his baby. And it's amazing they still use it, in my opinion. I mean,
it's amazing people don't get crippled in it. Really.
I think it's kind of cool and scary.
I mean, it is definitely scary. It's or we'll see. I don't know. I prefer TLC. I prefer like tables, ladders, and chairs. That's always brutal. I always think Money in the Bank delivers and over delivers. Some of those,
and it
someone
tends
gets
to
hurt
showcase people who are not.
Yeah,
Hell in a Cell seems like more of a grudge match kind of storyline needed. Like, there has to be a reason for there to be a cell. And I think that's one of the reasons that the pay-per-view has taken away from it. Because, like, Shawn and Undertaker needed to be contained. So they put a lid on the cage, right? And Mankind and The Undertaker, it was like, oh, this is Undertaker's specialty match now. And they needed to be held in. And now it's like, okay, this is just something we do. Instead of these guys need to work some shit out, as opposed to, and I don't know. They've kind of done that with gimmick matches, and TLC doesn't seem like it's wasted. Like, that's a showcase match now. Like, these dudes can go, and now we're gonna give them tools too.
Yeah,
and it's not a grudge thing. Like,
so who's
Edge and Christian and the Hardys didn't hate each other. They were just a bunch of dudes who could go, and they were tag teams. So let's let them go. So that was cool.
So who's in the Hell in the Cell matches this year, Dusty?
So what we've got for Hell in the Cell, October 25th, 2020, Jey Uso versus... These are the only two we know of so far.
Okay.
Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. That's on the table.
I mean, is there any chance Uso ever gets that title?
No, but I think they're trying to do like a Brett and Owen thing.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to rehash that kind of thing, you know, like... So It is what it is, I guess.
Do you think Jey Uso's got a chance to be an Owen Hart, though? Like, do you think he'll ever be better?
I think he's extremely talented.
He did a great job at Clash of Champions, man. I thought he was great.
Like, it was a great... like, I'd like to see... I think it'd be cool to have him do a big singles run. But, I mean, like, what are they doing with this, though? It's just like, what...
It has everything to do with that match. Like, they've been writing off that damn fucking brutalizing torture chamber shit.
It's just there's no like what, like Roman Reigns won the title, and then all of a sudden they just took everybody out of that race who was even a conversation. No Fiend, no Monster, nothing.
Right. Yeah. Great segue, because guess what? Kevin Owens and The Fiend are having a feud right now on Raw. And we're going to see that on Monday. So, and where the fuck is Braun Strowman, right? Like, where's Braun at?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, is he going to fight my girl Alexa Bliss now?
I thought it was Fiend, and I thought it was going to be Fiend. I thought it was going to be the Fiend. I just get jealous of what I wanted to.
You want to jump in the ring with her?
Oh no. But yeah. So what the hell?
I don't get it. Like, it's.
Well, I guess the original plan was Roman was supposed to go over Goldberg.
Yeah.
Win the belt instead of. Face.
Now, do you think he was going to go over Goldberg and be a heel though, or do you think he still would have kept face?
Yeah, he'd have gone heel.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Absolutely.
So you think the heel stuff was set? They were going to do that. Like they've been planning this. Okay. Like him being a heel, like Roman.
I missed that. Could you go back a second?
So do you think Roman would have went over and then became a heel, or do you think he would have stayed a face?
He'd have gone heel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, long overdue.
Okay. Well, and I thought so too.
It's a shame that they didn't realize the first time they tried to smash him down our throats as Superface that it wasn't a Cena thing where they could play him in the middle and let the kids love him, but have the older people dislike him and have it sell merch to everybody. It wasn't going to happen. So they should have just had him be a monster heel.
Yeah, it's a shame they didn't do this while there was an audience, like to get real heat, because I think he would have gotten it. Like, I think if he would have went heel with a crowd going nuts.
And I think it's where his strengths lie. Yeah. As much as he's not that guy. Like, he doesn't have that charisma that people like. I know they compare him to these people a lot, but like The Rock and Rikishi, he doesn't have that. No. And Rock's that kind of dude that really can just switch like that.
I think that's what they're doing, because it did work for The Rock. They shoved him down our throat way too quickly, and people started saying die Rocky die. Yeah. And so they turned him heel, and it worked. It worked great.
It just took a lot longer cut his teeth.
Instead of just being like, hey, you're going to be, they tried to make him something that he wasn't ready to be. And
I also have seen a bunch of stuff now, and I was actually pretty surprised on this. On the social media for Raw and SmackDown, for WWE in general, they're talking a lot about drafting again, like redrafting, and I was actually pretty surprised. I honestly thought they were going away from it.
Yeah,
I thought because
so that's happening. That's happening Friday night SmackDown, the WWE draft, night 1 of the draft.
So that's surprising to me because I thought because SmackDown's on Fox and Fox is going to want a bunch of big names, but then Raw's still like Raw. It's still the main show. I honestly thought they were just going to abandon the draft altogether, especially now they're only using the Amway Center.
Yeah.
So it's all filming in one location. They're still using the Amway Center. I think I saw online that they
Is NXT still at the Performance Center?
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Raw and SmackDown have been at the Amway Center. So I just figured this is the time now, right? Like let's get rid of the draft. So I'm going back on my original prediction. They are not splitting those. They're not unifying any of those titles.
No, I don't
Absolutely
think they will.
not. No.
No matter how much I want to see it, they're not going to do it.
With a redraft, they're keeping those titles separate as long as possible. I don't know how long, but it's going to be. I do think eventually those titles will get unified, but it might be 4 or 5 years, honestly.
Yeah, it'll be a long time.
Yeah.
This is the only draft I care about.
That's right. He's a Hall of Fame. I absolutely agree with you. He's a Hall of Famer.
That he's still doing the
Ron
Jimmy
Killings
gag.
is the shit.
The little Jimmy gag.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, he was running with fucking Road Dogg. It was him and Road Dogg back in like 1999, dude. He's
a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's the bomb.
When he came in as K-Quick.
You remember there was a while?
Yeah.
You remember there's one time he was wrestling not that long ago, and it was either JR or might even have been like JBL was like, this young man. And it was like, dude, the dude was like 45 at the time. I was like, dude, and we all know, like, it's an ongoing joke now with the show. Like, he knows that we know he's like 50 years old.
Yeah.
And he is.
We love him anyway.
Yeah, he's an older.
He's like 40.
Older
he's
gentleman.
in his late 40s, I want to say. Like,
at the least.
Let's fucking find out right now.
Yeah, he's an older guy.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, he looks great. 78 years old. Anyway, okay, so
he's 48.
So, I mean, I was dead on. Okay, so Kevin Owens and The Fiend, which I don't hate that.
On Monday.
I don't like that. Like, why that? But I do like that as a feud, though.
Sure. But what the fuck are they doing? I'm wondering if we have to keep perspective though here too, because also, like, the pay-per-view isn't until October 25th.
End of the month.
So we could be doing, you can't just, So maybe that's why they're doing that on Monday Night Raw. I'm not sure.
I can see the Fiend Bray Wyatt with him in a Hell in a Cell, though.
That would be fun.
I can see it because Bray's done a Hell in a Cell. I don't think Kevin Owens has, but he would be really good in one.
He would take some fucking
I don't think
bumps for
Kevin
sure.
Owens wins regardless. I don't think he wins the feud. I think they're going to keep the Fiend Bray Wyatt strong.
Yeah.
They have to.
He's one of those few dudes that can take a huge loss and still walk out of it, though.
That's true.
And lose nothing. Like, he lost that title to, was it Goldberg? And then, isn't that how it went? He lost the Universal to Goldberg, and then Goldberg dropped it.
Yeah, he squashed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Goldberg lost it to
jabroni status, bro.
Yeah. And he walked away from it like it was nothing.
So, I don't know, it'll be interesting. What else titles have we seen change hands?
Oh, okay. So let's finish with Hell in a Cell, because there's only one other match that we know of, and that's Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the WWE title in a Hell in a Cell. But I mean, they're just running a program together. I think that was the plan the whole time.
Yeah,
this is going exactly how it should go.
I don't know if Randy Orton or him are climbing the cell.
No.
Like, I don't know if that's going on.
In front of nobody?
Yeah.
And the words of Richard Pryor, y'all can suck my dick.
I just don't see that happening. I don't see them climbing that cell. I don't see them doing anything real magical in that match. I do think it could be a good match.
Right.
But I don't think it's going to be one that we're going to be talking about, man. Favorite Hell in the Cell. We're not going to be doing top 5 favorite Hell in the Cell matches, and that makes the list. Like, it's not going to happen.
That time Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton had a party in the middle of the Hell in the Cell.
Do you remember when one of them died? Like, it's not going to happen.
Had to be resuscitated by the Fiend.
It's crazy. And then,
so that's Hell in a Cell. That's all we know.
That's all we know so far.
We just have the 2, huh?
Yeah,
and they're both cell matches.
Yeah, those might be the only 2. I have a guess that they'll either do a Nia Jax women's tag team thing in the cell, or they'll do like Peyton Royce versus Asuka in the cell.
Can we pause for a second of the kind of damage that a Nia Jax could do in a cell to other women?
Yeah.
Hey, I'd fucking I'd buy a ticket.
I have.
I'll buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1. I have a prediction for a Hell in a Cell match. I could easily see it going this way, and that would be Sasha Banks and Bayley.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because like what Chris was talking about, like you got the story is already there, right? Like they were best friends, and then now they got the hatred. Like you got the whole, like you could really, and that video package would just be chef's kiss.
Right. So perfect segue to SmackDown, because they're facing each other on SmackDown for the title. So we might get a Dusty finish.
Yeah, something stupid's gonna happen.
In which case we're gonna want to see them in the cell. So I think you might be right.
And those 2, I would be all right in a cell match.
Yeah, that'd be
I think Roman and Jay have enough storyline to them that it's an okay thing, but I don't think that Randy and the Randy match is a worthwhile.
Is this going to be their third? Is this going to be their third pay-per-view?
I think this might be their third time now. So this might be the end of the story. Might be the end of the story. I don't know who Drew is finally going to drop that belt to, but my gut is saying it's not Randy Orton.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
I mean,
no, Randy's building credibility, not taking the belt.
I could see them reviving a Finn Balor.
Maybe.
Well, he's NXT champ right now.
That
sounds like asteroids right now in the background.
It does. I can hear that. Yeah, you could be right. He's
so Finn Balor's NXT champion. Okay.
Yeah, so that's going to be the takeover, which I don't even know when that is.
Who did Finn Balor take that off of?
Well, Keith Lee had to give it up, right?
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Or no, the other guy, the stupid Carthage guy with the fireball in the face. He won it and then hurt himself like a jackass. And then he had to give it up. So they did like all the old NXT guys wrestled for the NXT title. Like they put a bunch of MLB guys in AAA to fight for the AAA Cup or some shit. It's fucking weird. I don't understand it. I don't get it at all. Why would you go back to AAA?
I don't know.
That's
so
dumb.
I'm also wondering what. So like this other storyline just kind of started and stopped, but that was the whole Biggie Langston like singles run. Like he got like the blessing from from Kofi, like, hey man, there was a whole video thing where they had a whole segment where Kofi's like, you don't want to be sitting around here for 11 years and wondering why you didn't, like, man, you got our blessing. And they seem like they're going to give like trying to set it up to give like Big E like this monster push, like this big push to, go for a title. And then it seems like I haven't seen anything now.
Well, so right now they're doing Big E versus Sheamus, so this might be the big.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got to spend some time
of that you're talking about. It's gonna be
that single cred built up.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll
Big E versus
Sheamus.
Falls count anywhere. Falls count anywhere on Friday.
So Big E's gonna win. Well, he might not win.
Yeah, he might not win
because you can lose a falls count anywhere.
Yeah.
And have it not take away from you.
As long as they make him look good in the loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's ways to lose that without it taking away from you.
And Sheamus is also like a Randy Orton too, where he'll put him over good at some point.
And he's had legit world title runs. He's had
Yeah.
So good for Big. Okay, so it's a slow burn on Big E then.
Yeah, not everybody needs a rocket strapped to their back.
Right.
Okay.
And
I love Big E though.
Big E versus Bobby Lashley for the U.S. title would be really, really cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's what we'll see. I don't know. I kind of want Apollo Crews to shove a fucking big pen up Boopy Lindsley's asshole, but that's a different thing altogether. But I like Apollo Crews. I think he's great. But and then the only other thing on SmackDown is Otis. The whole Otis Miz thing where Miz is trying to get the Money in the Bank contract from him. Like, it's been like Looney Tunes. Like, they keep trying to steal it and it keeps. So they finally Miz filed a lawsuit against.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Otis, and now they're big dumpy Otis is gonna be in like a half suit, like going like, how do you plead? He's gonna be like, I plead, oh yeah.
And the storyline too. It's actually one of the comedic storylines, which is fine. Otis is hilarious, and Miz can carry his own on comedic stuff, especially as heel Miz. He's great. I think one of the things that I saw was like, so they filed their lawsuit, and then of course it only benefits the Miz. Like it fucks over Morrison still. Like like somehow, some way, like the Miz is like the worst friend that you could ever have, and Morrison's still like, you're my friend. Like still. So that's gonna fall apart eventually, which is, I mean honestly, for me, they could keep Miz and Morrison together until Miz retires. Like I would be fine with it,
right?
Because I think they're great together. Right. But whatever. If they wanted to do a little feud with those two, I'd watch that too. But
and then they get back together after.
I think is Melina back? Did I see her on Raw?
You might have. I didn't.
They could do Eminem with Miz and Morrison instead of Morrison and Mercury.
Yeah.
So they could do that with Melina. That'd be cool.
Hey, it's been entertaining though, like the stuff with Otis and Miz. Like it's nothing real new and like ingenious. I still think it's hilarious. Like it's funny to me that the Miz is like fighting to get the Money in the Bank contract. It's like, go for a title, dude. Like you're a seasoned veteran. You're going for the thing that will make you go against the guy and then lose.
Well, I mean, what I'm seeing is like, a really common story arc where it's like the rich guy versus the poor guy, the prince versus the pauper, you know, the stinky fat barbarian versus the prissy fucking,
How do you plead? Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! I'll have the record state. I said, oh yeah!
He's great, man.
I love that.
They got to throw a belt on him.
Oh yeah, I think he should beat Roman Reigns. I think he should beat the fuck out of him, and I think he should shave Roman Reigns. his head. That's what he should do. Get his head.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I bet you Roman Reigns would look pretty cool with short hair.
Yeah,
he'd look
worked out
scarier.
for The Rock.
He would look really scary with that short hair, I bet you.
Yeah. That big old weird schnoz he's got.
I think he'd look scary in anything. He'd look scary in a tutu.
Especially those
scary fucking dude.
He's man, those big old white teeth he got are hilarious to me still. And the memes are so good. Like, they're so good.
For Raw, I got only a couple things, and then we can move on to AEW, which has only got a couple things. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Just a couple things. Rollins versus Murphy is going on right now. So
yeah, so they split that up, huh?
Yeah.
Do we care?
I really like Murphy. I think he's.
I do
think
too.
He's cool.
Yeah.
I think Rollins is kind of a baby wipe with Indian food on it, but yeah. Speaking of Indian food, Mustafa Ali was really sorry. Mustafa Ali was.
I saw this and I hate it.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that Retribution thing was dead in the water.
What's going on?
I thought Retribution was dead in the water.
I think calling him Mustafa is oh yeah.
And then for whatever reason they decided to throw, which I mean they wanted. So you remember when you had Kofi Mania and all that stuff, like Mustafa Ali was supposed to be in that place. Like they were going to do a huge push for Mustafa Ali to like be in Kofi's position at that Mania. Like they wanted him to be the top guy. And I think he got hurt.
Yeah, he did.
Which is where all the Kofi stuff came from eventually, which is great. That ended up being a great storyline. And it was just, so then like the Retribution stuff, I honestly remember, I think our last show we were talking about how it was like a wet fart. I think like, don't be surprised if on the next show we never hear from Retribution ever. Remember when they revealed themselves and they had the masks on and stuff, and it was just like, oh no, this is dumb. And it felt like they knew it was dumb too, like the company. And we were like, don't be surprised if we never, if that's like the, like the laptop, like we never hear from that ever again. The laptop that, the Mr. GM, where it was revealed that it was Hornswoggle, and then we never heard about it again. Honestly, like I thought we were never going to hear about that Retribution again after they showed that. Like that was like the Shockmaster. Like it was bad.
They did that with Muhammad Hassan. Muhammad Hassan was like an up-and-coming wrestler, and some shit went down, and they were like, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, he might come up later on in a conversation.
I don't think they've ever pulled that particular move off.
Okay.
I think calling him is his real name Mustafa Ali, because if it ain't, then that's kind of on the nose too, wouldn't you say?
He was going by Mustafa Ali when he first came in. What is he right now?
Mustafa Ali.
Okay, so do you remember? So he was Mustafa Ali, and then when they were going to do that big push with him, they started just calling him Ali.
Oh.
Yeah. Then now he's Mustafa Ali again for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But his ring gear was the stupidest shit I've ever seen. And I don't know if that's changed, but he had like
this it's the exact same. Yeah, it's exact
bad.
Same.
It also looked like it was recycled Seth Rollins gear.
Yeah. It's
bad.
He's my little mini me. I'm the Messiah, and he is my mini me.
So he's the leader of Retribution now, I guess.
Summers in Rangoon. Yeah, which is so stupid.
It's bad.
It's so stupid. It's so bad.
His birth name is Adil Alam.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
I would go with that.
Why wouldn't they go with that?
I don't know.
He's from Chicago.
He's from Chicago. Let him have his real name.
He was born right outside Chicago.
So
Aurora, Illinois?
do we even know anybody else?
Aurora, Illinois.
God damn it.
Or Waukegan?
Do we? I don't know if we're ever going to be capable to do a show without a Wayne's World reference creeping its ugly head. Like Delaware. Hey, look, we're in Delaware.
We've done Squeeze Me baking powder. I think we've done that one.
Nope.
Next week, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be the red rope licorice bit from the second Wayne's World.
That's perfect.
Stay tuned for that.
We got to get Christopher Walken on the show.
So, do we know of any of the other wrestlers in Retribution, or is that still like they're just wearing masks and shit, right?
Yeah.
You can go online and look it up, and I have. And to be honest with you, it was so underwhelming. I don't fucking remember any of these.
So it's not.
It's nobody
It's
important.
nobody,
Okay.
man.
It's no
nobody.
like. It's no like secretive like. Oh, but which by the way, so do you remember like months ago when they had what did they have like some like voice changer thing where someone was like. I think that was probably supposed to be Retribution in the beginning, but it was like that, like the be prepared for us to come, blah blah blah, that kind of thing.
Take off your pants.
Yeah, and then I think they've like rumored it that it sounded like Xavier Woods, which I was like, ooh, that could be interesting, but and then I think I remember seeing online like, oh, hey, they're going to have this big push for like Mustafa Ali and he's going to be doing this bit. Like he's doing this bit. So then like when he comes out and he's like, it's been me. I'm Mustafa Ali and I'm the head of Retribution. And I was like, we know, dude. Like this is dumb. You're dumb and this sucks.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Which they didn't do anything with the voice changing thing. It was one like vignette. And then nothing.
It's like, you're trying to sell WWE Network subscriptions, and also you're trying to sell buys on pay-per-view. Like you're
Right.
trying to get your buy rate up. So why would you why are you doing this? No one gives a shit. No one's gonna fucking, because no one can buy a fucking ticket. So are you going to sell a network membership, or are you going to increase your buy rate for your pay-per-view? Because right now you're sticking your finger in your butt and having me smell it, and and it's Mustafa Ali. I don't like it.
It's like if you want to see more Retribution, buy WWE. It's $9.99 a month. Fucking stupid.
People who see that on the network are like, fuck this, and cancel their fucking membership right there. Like, you can suck my winger, because I'm not watching this bullshit. This fucking racist fucking bullshit that Vince McMahon is doing.
So let's move on to AEW. Let's move on to AEW.
Yeah, AEW.
He says, hey, if he's going to...
Sorry.
Are you watching the Knicks? No, or the Lakers and the
No.
Heat? Lakers and
No. I have been watching that, yes, but not today.
Not today.
All right. So AEW.
The only thing I have is that Cody Rhodes beat Brody Lee on his return to the ring. It was a dog collar match. And that's it. I don't even know what next week's card is. I don't know shit. The only two titles that have changed since we talked was Sami Zayn won the IC title and Cody Rhodes won the TNT title. So that's nothing interesting has happened really since we've talked.
It seems that way.
Champions kind of was not that great. So like What are they doing? I don't know what they're doing. I think they're sitting on their thumb right now. It's kind of how I think about it.
It seems like everybody's kind of doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So yeah,
even our boy Le Champion.
I almost wonder if AEW is like kind of treading water right now, just until the NBA like finals are done. Like just kind of like, let's push through. Let's not do anything too huge right now because we're not on like the main show on Wednesday. I mean, I guess they have been back. It has been back on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
But it's still like,
they did the Chris Jericho thing last week, which seems like, or yesterday, which seems like, okay, yeah, sure. But also like, you wouldn't do that if you didn't have anything else in mind, right? Like that's, yeah. I agree with you.
I will say, so Cody fights Orange Cassidy next week is what Zach says.
Oh, really?
That's fantastic.
Cool.
And then FTR and Best Friends, which I did know that so that's great.
Yeah.
I love that we got a tag team. Orange has fought for 2 titles this month. They're definitely treading water. Yeah. And I think and that's okay. Like I like that they're kind of playing it like realistic too. Like, hey, like not every show is gonna be a banger. So like, why are we gonna go out there and like blow our wad when nobody's gonna watch this episode? Because there's a lot of other shit going on right now. Now you got baseball playoffs going on. We got basketball in October when that's never a thing. You got football. Football's going. So like. Okay, so let's put on some shows. Let's get some content out there. Let's entertain folks, but let's save like our big nasty matches for like when it's like prime watching time. And I mean, it makes sense.
They've got events booked in arenas throughout the country, starting in like December or November, something like that. Like they're like some of those events are not going to be in Jacksonville. They're going to be in like St. Louis or like, so they're going places, and it's fucking weird. I don't know if it's because they haven't changed it or they're like expecting this to be an okay thing to do this winter, so I anticipate that they're going to be staying in Jacksonville whether they like it or not. Too bad.
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see wrestling leaving Florida anytime soon.
Right. I agree.
So we'll see, but
especially with Florida having opened everything.
Yeah.
They cut masks entirely.
Yeah.
So
that'll be a mistake, but
we'll see how it goes. Should we do a top 5?
We shall.
Today we did top 5 non-PC wrestlers in WCW, WWE, even AEW if they have one. I couldn't think of any from AEW right now, at least.
They're pretty politically correct.
I think they're keeping their shit together.
Yeah,
it's a dangerous world for not being politically correct.
They also still let's see here. They have that hot dentist going. Yeah, that's also true.
Britt Baker gives me a bone.
She's cute. I like her.
Don't tell my lady.
She's a good heel, too.
Ow! I think she's Adam Cole's old lady, and that pisses me off. I don't like him.
I think she is, yeah.
He makes me mad.
All right. So I'll go. Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. I don't think I have a particular order.
No.
Maybe not. Nah.
So do a me list this time.
So I'll say on this list in no particular order. Number 1, I have Eugene. I really liked Eugene. Actually, I thought it was a fun storyline. Obviously, it's tone deaf and it doesn't age well.
No, he's one of the best faces of all time, though.
Yeah. And I love that he did other people's moves, and I actually thought he was a great in-ring worker. Like,
Yeah.
It's a shame that he had that gimmick because he probably could have done something pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe a haircut and
oh yeah,
a beard trim, and he could have been.
You shave that guy's head and give him you shave his head and give him a menacing looking beard. The guy could probably be a great in-ring worker.
Yeah.
That said, I do love his crazy hair and I thought it was hilarious at the time. So shows how much of an adult I am.
And he could generate so much heat. All you had to do was be mean to him, and you were immediately a mega heel.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I loved Eugene.
Yeah.
I loved Eugene.
Yeah.
But definitely not PC.
We have to understand what's going on, I guess.
Mm-hmm. All right. So for number 2 is non-Native American wrestler Tatanka.
Oh yeah.
So I actually went to go before I listed him. I went to go make sure that Tatanka is not a Native American before I said that. But I've looked on Wikipedia now. He is not. He's just a guy. He's just a dude. He's just a dude from Pembroke, North Carolina. I do not think he's a Native American. At any rate, I'm going to say he's not. That said, when I was a kid, I loved Tatanka. I thought he was so cool. And his, like, not only did he dress like by the way, here's his other ring names: American War Eagle, Red Blade.
Boy.
Wow. He just took that cultural appropriation and ran.
I don't think he ever wrestled as a non-Native American character. But anyway,
it's funny.
yeah.
I picked one too. I didn't pick Tatanka, but I took a non-Native American using a Native American.
Oh, you stole mine. You stole mine, didn't you, Chris?
Probably.
Okay. So my third one is tone deaf, but it also still kind of works. So Iron Sheik is from Iran and he plays like he's from Iran. It's actually it's fine. It's just he's like heel Iran, and I don't know how like above board that is. What I picked with Iron Sheik was when Sergeant Slaughter defected and became an Iran sympathizer.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I've recently rewatched some of those videos where Sergeant Slaughter did his promos, and they are bad. Like, they're good promos.
Look out, Manny.
Yeah. Slaughter was a great promo.
Oh,
were those bad.
He cuts an amazing promo, but he's also that's a bad time. It was also terrible time. I mean, the
timing was not good because we had people there.
Yeah.
I mean, we have people there now, but yeah, that was the goal for it.
So Hassan is also my other choice. Hand in hand.
Have they ever done a workable Middle Eastern gimmick?
No.
Ever?
Kali. No. Great Kali.
Yeah, okay.
He's from India.
Yeah.
That's close enough.
But he's not like a terrorist.
What do you want?
Like, he's not like
Muslims too. Come on.
He's not like a terrorist, Like, okay,
you're talking like an Arab.
Hassan's full name was it Muhammad Hassan?
Yeah, Muhammad Hassan.
Which is fucking
Don't look at my face.
So bad. Okay, so the hand in hand with Sergeant Slaughter. Also, Muhammad Hassan though is also not from the Middle East.
I think he's from Delaware.
He's from Delaware.
All right,
He's
so
from Hawaii.
so the Nation of Domination
A whole faction
is 100% a play on like like the Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no, I love the Nation of Domination, and I still think it's one of the best stables that's ever existed. But obviously they knew what they were doing. Like Mark Henry and that, like they're wearing like African colors and stuff. Like it's super
on the nose, man.
And then very on the nose. And then they feuded with. Do you remember when DX like dresses up?
And Triple H did blackface.
Yeah.
Didn't
they all?
X-Pac.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They all did
wearing
like shoe polish blackface.
X-Pac is wearing
about that.
X-Pac is wearing like black face makeup.
Yeah, like Kiwi.
He's got the wig with like the really curly. Oh man,
he looks like Los Sambo.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Right.
It's
how have their careers survived that so far?
I don't know.
Because of when it happened.
Crazy.
Yeah, when it happened.
It was before YouTube. And I know YouTube has happened since then, and it's on YouTube, probably. But
I'm sure, yeah, it's bad. It's so bad. Okay,
okay. Muhammad Hassan was born in Syracuse, New York. Mark Julian Kopani.
Yeah.
He's not even a. He's
not
an
only.
Italian.
Not only did that gimmick fail, but that poor guy didn't ever get to wrestle in WWE ever again. Like
he's a high school principal now.
Yeah, at Fulton Junior High School in Fulton, New York.
Yeah, he had.
I'm glad he got a career.
Yeah, he got a real job where he doesn't have to go through tables.
Yeah. All right, and then finally, my final one is actually MVP. MVP. When he years ago when MVP was in wrestling, they
like he's not anymore.
Well, when he was so now he's in wrestling, but they don't talk about this. But you remember MVP was a convicted felon, and they really played up how much he was a convicted felon, and they made it like he's like a black gangster who's like a convicted felon. And
they did that with Crime Time too. You should roll them in with them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Boy, that's some racist ass shit. Like,
I know Vince should be at the top of all of our lists.
Yeah. He's the bad boy on
just right up here.
And I got some honorable mentions. I also got the whole Jack Swagger, We the People thing where he's out there with Dutch, fucking doing the whole and then the JBL shit is fucking terrible.
Oh, when he was doing the Nazi thing? Wasn't that at a house show that he did that where he's goose stepping and
oh man, it was god, just I don't know how a lot of that shit.
I think that one was more just JBL being a racist.
He's a racist.
Piece of shit.
I think he's a legit piece of shit.
That's why him and Vince get along,
probably.
Yeah.
All right, so one of you go ahead and
go ahead, Dusty, just in case I did steal yours.
You totally did. I don't mind you taking it. You want
me to
go?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm not going to do these in any order, but I wanted to save the last one for the sake of. Oh yeah, okay. I know exactly what. So I've got 6.
Okay.
But I'm going to roll 2 of them together. So Eugene, I've got.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. That's a no. That's a bad one. It reminds me also though, that was kind of a thing at the time where what's that one with Johnny Knoxville where he crashes the Special Olympics?
The Ringer.
The Ringer.
The Ringer, yeah.
And then they did a South Park that way too.
Yeah.
When Cartman
they did the South Park.
What's funny is the Ringer. The Ringer is actually not as bad as what you think, though.
Right.
If you actually watch that movie, it actually ends up not being like you think it's gonna be a movie where he's making fun of like mentally handicapped people, but actually ends up not being that at all.
It's
actually
the reverse.
it's actually kind of a sweet movie.
Yeah,
it's
is.
Very poorly advertised though.
Yeah,
right.
And
right.
the South Park ended up just making Cartman look like a piece of shit.
Yeah, which is great. I love that.
But he has some great lines, like when they're asking him what's wrong with him, he's like, "I don't know, I'm retarded."
Yeah.
Well, I think how am I supposed to know?
Right.
He's just the worst person that you ever met times 12.
Yeah.
All right.
So good. All right.
You got me saying the line in my head. And, it's cracking me up. So, but I think Eugene was Vince's response to that, like, "Oh, I've got permission now. Yeah, let's put some, like,
Oh, The Rock did a movie with that guy. I could use him."
Yeah.
No, Vince.
My next one is Mr. Fuji. That one's pretty fucking on the nose. Now, he's the gift that keeps on giving, though, because Mr. Fuji was actually a racist. So, it's this double layered.
Love it.
So yeah, go on YouTube and look up Mr. Fuji being a racist, and it's BPH. It's hilarious.
I bet he's terrible too.
I'm gonna roll these two together.
Okay.
Kamala and Tony Atlas when he returned as Saba Simba. I don't know if you remember this.
Jesus
this is
Christ.
Basically blackface on a black person, like a black person doing blackface. Like it's unforgivable, and I don't know how. I don't know how any of these other black wrestlers are like.
I think you could roll in a third. I think you could roll Papa Shango in there.
Yeah, Papa Shango, sure. Yeah.
The Boogeyman goes
Boogeyman,
right.
The swamp voodoo and all that. Yeah. Like it's way like, what are you doing?
Why did you allow that?
What's going on?
Who greenlit this? Who greenlit this shit?
Shit, man.
It's just big sweaty voodoo man.
So that stuff is like, holy fuck! How do you? And you can almost. And this is pretty common because, like, remember when The Rock showed up? They made him look like a fucking. He might as well have had a bunch of coconuts and a pineapple in his hand. You know, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Man, it's bad. It's fucking bad.
Like, how do you have that many people back there, and nobody was like, maybe we shouldn't go that route. Maybe we should just tone it down a bit. Don't put
like, sure, boss. I'll come out as Saba Simba,
even when
hunter.
even when even when Papa Shango was not Papa Shango, he became the Godfather, who was a fucking pimp. Like
So
the
what?
Whole train, fucking cornrows and his pimp outfit. Like
I don't know why he didn't make mine. I should have thought like, oh God, everything that the Godfather ever did.
Fucking dude. It doesn't surprise me that Vince McMahon was like had a gimmick where he's like, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna be a slave and we're gonna have you carry a bag full of cotton and and you're gonna throw it like a flower girl when you come down to the ring. Like, what the fuck, Vince? What is going on?
So good.
So bad.
Man. Jesus.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ.
Sweet, merciful Jesus.
So this is the one that I'm stealing from Chris. So you said Tatanka. Mine was Chief J Strongbow.
Not mine. I knew that was who you were going. I wanted you to go first. Oh yeah.
So Chief J Strongbow is like like an Italian American. And walking around.
Isn't that? Now back in the day when they made like spaghetti westerns, though, they did that though, right? Like usually it was like an Italian guy playing.
Not even Italian. Usually it was just some dude with shoe polish on his face,
or an Asian or a white guy.
Whatever.
John Wayne played fucking Genghis Khan.
He did.
Like, so stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Oh man,
Awful.
that's funny.
Yeah, Chief Jay Strongbow was not a Native American.
No,
and the only
he was
reason why I know
not.
about Chief Jay was because Triple H was a fan of him when he was a kid.
Yeah.
So I'm a fan of Triple H, so I looked into Strongbow, and he's actually a pretty good wrestler, but man, that gimmick was a fucking mistake. But
yeah,
it was the 60s, 70s, you know, like what are you gonna do?
Totally different time.
My last one is the most egregious I think I've ever the most egregious thing Vince has ever done, in my personal opinion. It's I don't know if you remember, I think it was before the Royal Rumble when this like at this particular time. Yeah, like they would do like the Royal Rumble lottery and all this shit.
Yeah.
And Ted DiBiase.
Yes,
like,
this one you did steal from me.
he had this guy named Virgil.
Poor Virgil.
As his like assistant.
No, this he had a bag of money instead of a bag of cotton. But by God, he was a fucking slave.
It's so bad. I shouldn't be laughing at it because it's the worst. I guess one reason why I'm laughing is because I'm so overfilled with emotion. I can either cry or I can laugh because it's so over the line.
So bad. This is the perfect segue to my list because it's on there and it was awful. Awful.
I can't even. It's so bad. It's
so bad that Ted DiBiase still feels bad about it.
Oh, yeah. He does.
Yeah.
He does. He does feel bad about it still.
That's good.
And
well,
if you go look at some of his old heel work, though, he is one of the greatest heels of all time.
Sure. Especially to his family.
But, like, he brought a kid out of the audience one time with the basketball, told him to dribble it 12 times or something, and it goes to 11, and he kicks the ball. I mean, just horrible shit.
Yeah.
Jeez.
God, that's funny.
Virgil was on mine.
Yeah, that one's bad.
So in Imposter Land, we'll start in Imposter Land. Akeem the African Dream.
Oh.
This was one man gang.
Oh my God, it was.
It was a rather large man from Georgia who was not African American, and he came out and spoke in jive.
Yeah.
And wore traditional African garb. Not so much as a loincloth, but the like brightly colored sheets and stuff, and the little hat. And oh my God, it was wow.
What was the name of him again?
Oh yeah, hold on.
The African Dream, right there. And he came out with Slick, who's got to be an honorable mention on all of our lists.
Yeah.
Slick is like a walking racial stereotype.
Slick could be one of his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. How do I not remember this?
Because it was early 80s.
Yeah.
Early to mid 80s.
I remember what I remember him the most is when he spoke in jive, though.
It was awful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my whole back on TV. Give him a
look at how he's like he would like move around and stuff in jive too. Like it was.
Oh my God, almighty!
It's bad. Yeah, it's.
Oh, is that a doll? Is that an action figure?
Oh, here we go. Here, look at him dancing. Look at him dancing.
Ooh. Get down, Akeem. Oh shit!
Oh, God.
No way.
The African Dream.
It was. And he feuded with Dusty for a while.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
God, that's funny. That's too funny.
I knew you guys were going to move the raceway, so I thought I would bring in two that really made the ladies look bad. And these guys feuded with each other. First up is Jerry Lawler, who is he made a 50-year career of making women look like less than. His whole
dude,
he
should be president. He was so bad to women, he should be president. Fucking, you think this pussy grabber we got in office is fucking special? Fucking read a little bit about Jerry the pussy fucking Cannon Lawler over here.
God, man.
Yeah, he's grabbing him with his feet.
Yeah, but okay. Great choice, Lawler. Love it.
His buddy, Andy Kaufman. That whole angle where he would only wrestle women.
Yeah.
I know it was a work, and it was probably the most 70s work that anybody ever did, and he bought into it. And he apparently pissed Lawler off so much that because Lawler thought he was being legit and making fun of the business and everything else, that he wanted to kill him, and they finally had to bring him in on it. But
right.
As far as gimmicks go, that one, some of those promos he cut when he was saying how he was just so much better than them. And I mean, that was something to see. And I wasn't even alive at the point, but I remember, especially right around the time that Jim Carrey movie came out, I went back and YouTubed some of that stuff, and wow.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Great choice.
And my last is another imposter, a French Canadian who pretended to be a Native American, who was also a midget.
Okay.
Here we go.
His name was Little Beaver.
Little Beaver.
Oh no.
And his tag team partner, Sky Lolo.
Sky Low. Hey, he was a midget too.
They wrestled in a 6-man match at WrestleMania 3. And I've seen
a little person. Sorry.
There he is.
Oh my. Oh, no way. The Mohawk and everything.
Yeah.
That's horrific.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Got a WrestleMania 3.
He's as French Canadian as anybody's ever been.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Look, he's got a hammer for a little guy.
He does. He's back.
Look, it's the little person Lex Luger. Cupid? What the fuck is going on?
I just thought that was Lex Luger.
Little Beaver with a landing strip on the top.
I love more than anything about this particular list that we all found a Native American imposter. They were all different.
All different ones. Too many. There's too many of them.
Too many.
That's amazing.
Too many. And the worst part is almost every tribe has some form of wrestling, and that would have translated just fine into the professional. I'm sorry, Zach. I didn't mean to kill you. At least you got to Google it.
I made sure that when I typed in Little Beaver, I typed in WWE afterwards because I wasn't sure what was gonna pop up.
Hey,
I was on incognito mode, so
just to be on the safe side,
just in case.
Oh God,
Mickey James past pops up on your computer.
That was a fucking fun list.
Oh man, that was wonderful.
We need another fun list for next time because that was probably our best one. Yeah,
that was my favorite one. Egregious. Best way to describe it. There we go.
You'll get canceled. They'll fire you.
Oh man, that's funny.
I'm still upset about Virgil, though. Virgil is by far the worst one.
Yeah, I
honestly,
Hakeem is up there, but Virgil was bad.
Virgil's was I googled some pictures of that too. I'm gonna say it's the worst on the list. He's like a house slave. It's bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
And when he's walking around and he's just holding money, like just totally like
wearing that big old bow tie. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
the way he'd send him to. Oh, I don't feel like wrestling tonight. You go.
He'd make him go.
You go. You go.
That's so bad. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. but
unfortunate.
But you know what? It had to happen because we got these lists. So I'll take it.
Little Beaver, man.
Little Beaver.
That was the one that cracked me up.
I think that one wins.
Well, not only the fact that because I didn't remember it, and then I look it up, and the fact as soon as you said they wrestled on WrestleMania 3, I about shit my pants. Like I was like, no.
Yeah.
It was on the show of shows.
The show of shows. That's where Hogan body slammed.
Me too, Zach. Absolutely my favorite top 5.
Andre.
Yeah. They talk about that. They don't talk about Little Beaver.
Yeah.
They don't have Little Beaver in any of the WWE Network top 5s. I'll tell you that.
No, they don't.
Boy,
no.
That's
I can't believe he had the mohawk.
God.
But also like it's racist, right? But also it's a pussy joke. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Did it hit all of the things?
Got a landing strip.
And he's French Canadian, so one of his ancestors taught the Indians to scalp people.
Man, that's funny.
Like that's a bingo.
Said, did you do top 5 bald guys who shave their heads too late? No, we have not, but that's actually a great list, and we could each get one. You could each get. There's enough of them.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels only recently shaved his head. That dude's rocking a skullet until he retired.
And when his ponytail would come out, especially in the later years, it looked like a kid going down the plastic slide, dude. He's just fucking.
Remember? So Shawn Michaels would tie that hair all the way back, and that little tuft of hair that's in the front would come out, and so it would be like hanging on his face and stuff, but it's like one tuft of like hair, like just flying, just frizzy and flying around.
Trump would be like, "Oh, that's some really nice hair."
Fucking shameful, Sean. Shameful.
That's some nice hair. All right. Boy, that was a great. Thank you so much for listening to the show today. I had a blast. That was a good list.
That was a good one.
That was a good list. Make sure you check us out we're on Spotify. We're on iHeartRadio. You can listen to this show anytime. We're on Apple, like iTunes. Make sure you go. I was just to say, go give us a good rating on iTunes, on the Apple Store, or whatever it is. Ward's gonna kill me. He's gonna hate how I just did that.
Just go to the main site. It's timespentpoorly.
Go to timespentpoorly.com and check us out there. We're also on iHeartRadio. We're everywhere you can find us. We are absolutely there. Until next week, gentlemen. Boy, that was a good show. Everybody have a great night. Have a great weekend. Enjoy enjoy the NBA, enjoy MLB, enjoy football. Every sport imaginable is happening right now, so enjoy it. We'll see you soon.
Bye for now.